ambiguity of the gamma and the lambda. So I will show that this actually is this lambda, right? So even though if you so I've solved the ambiguity, then you should be able to proceed. So after you take this cross product, take this cross product of E and B and simplify, you should be able to get these results. Okay, the S. And of course, if you can work until here, you can derive your B and you can derive your S here, then you get. If you cannot, and then you also can use the results here to plot the graph. As I said, you plug in the values. You plug in all the values of this gamma. This actually is lambda. Okay, this actually is lambda. You should not confuse. Whenever you see this gamma, you substitute with this lambda, the ambiguity is got, and then you put the value, you put some value, and then you should be able to plot the graph, even though you do not derive. Okay. So, and after this, the SR. So you have to be careful of the SR. SR are the same. Follow the same procedures. I think these articles, I think your seniors, Shreyas, I think he's more lucky because of the paper has a lot of results. And then the internet results were checked, and then the results here is very limited. And somehow this paper got mistakes. Okay, got this and this ambiguity. And Bharat, hopefully you can do it. So is it okay? Is the idea clear?
Yes, doctor, it's clear.
Okay, so this week I hope that you have record or snapshot or anything, and then you take the time to get all the direction done. If you cannot do the step, but you still can use the result to plot the graph.
Sure, doctor.
Okay, yeah. So starting from next week, every week I will want to see your progress, your results, and show me your derivation if possible. But I won't push you too much. You manage to do, then you get the marks. If you do not manage to do, then you get less marks. But anyway, if you manage to produce a graph and type your thesis, I'm sure you can get a pass at least B minus or B, something like that. But if you can do it, can do all the duration, then you get at least an A minus.
Okay.
But the thing is, I want to remind you, even though I cannot janji anything, because it depends on whether you can present or not. So what I want to mention is that you can write a beautiful thesis of blah, 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 many things and very clear. But during the Viva, we will ask you to present. If you can present, means that you understand the project, you understand during grab the basic and so on. Then follow some Q&A, then only okay. But if you cannot talk at all, then I'm very sorry, you'll get 4 marks. I think this is makes sense, because when you write thesis or write articles, you may ask someone to do for you or your friend to do for you. But only when you are the one who do it, then only you can talk. You can have Q&A, satisfy question and answers. So this is the main importance of the Viva. The Viva will almost determine everything, but of course you have the base of thesis. You must have thesis. Is it okay?
Okay, doctor, understand.
I tell you at the beginning, it doesn't mean that I want to make your life difficult, because I'm not the only one to determine your marks. You have examiners, and somehow most of the time, I have to give marks according to the advice of the examiner. Of course, I have parts to give you marks, but always the supervisor will somehow take the advice of the examiners to give marks. But I hope that you understand this. So make sure that you understand the concept, you can talk. Right, and then if the examiner asks you to show the steps, you know the sequence. You don't need the details. Here I do not. Just now I did not show you the details, but you must be able to explain the steps from which to which for the derivation, and also the fundamentals, the assumptions. Is it okay?
Okay, doctor.
So, so I will see you again next week, and I hope for your results.
Okay.
The thing is just now the curve. I decide not to give you steps to get the B, because if I show you everything, then if other people know, then in trouble lah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this part, I'm sure you know how to take the curve lah. You have the E already. This one is just, the result of this term is just minus I omega B, right? You take the curve E, then you get the B lah. And then after this, you take the E cross B. The E that you get here, and then you cross the B that you obtain, then you should be able to get the results. You get or don't get the results, but at the end, you can still use the result to plot the graph. Okay, so do you have any further questions?
No, doctor.
So if both of you are okay, then I will see you next week. If you have any question, just if you don't want, if you cannot type your question, you can record your questions and then send to my email. Or you can, if too long, you can upload to YouTube and then send me the link. But sometimes, I know sometimes because the question is quite difficult to type, right?
Yeah, doctor.
You can record your video and then ask a question. In your video, you can point any somewhere that something that you do not understand, and I watch your video, then I know about it. I know that it's difficult to type because you look at my direction here. I use a long time to type it, and then there are so many mistakes. So, but in the end, I managed to find the results, which I proved that actually it's a typo, errors of the paper. It should be capital lambda, not the gamma like this. Okay, so if no further question, I'll see you again next week. Same
Okay,
time.
doctor. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks also. Hopefully you can do it smoothly, yeah?
Yeah, doctor.
Like serious get an A, you know?
Yeah.
At that year, I have 4 students, Malay, Indian, Chinese, 3 races come together, and serious got the best marks. Yes, best marks. Of course, this depends on Viva lah, and also
Yeah.
physics combined. If he cannot talk, then if he cannot answer question, then he will get poor marks. Tell frankly, Okay.
Yeah, doctor.
So, if like this, then see you again.
Yeah, doctor. See you next week.
Okay.